Welcome to our channel, the only place brave enough to explore the chilling echoes of fear that linger in the darkest corners of our world. Tonight we venture into the silence of abandoned bank vaults, those steel and concrete tombs where fortunes were once kept and secrets whispered. 3 spine-chilling stories of ghostly murmurs await you. Stories that will cling to you like a shadow long after the lights go out. Turn off the lights, sit back, and prepare to be haunted. Imagine a sprawling metropolis cloaked in the inky blackness of a moonless night, where shadows stretch long and the air is thick with mystery. Our story takes us to the heart of this city, to an aging, imposing structure, the First National Bank, a relic of a bygone era. Once a beacon of prosperity, it now stands empty, its grand halls echoing with the ghosts of transactions past, a silent witness to the passage of time. Our protagonist, a lone security guard named Jack, is making his rounds through the desolate corridors, his footsteps the only sound in the vast emptiness. The flicker of his flashlight dances across dust-covered deposit boxes, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Jack pauses, his hand instinctively resting on his holster as he hears it, a whisper, faint and indistinct like a distant memory. But as he moves closer to the vault, the whispers intensify, swirling around him like a ghostly wind, growing louder with each step. He reaches the vault door, a hulking testament to security, now rusted and forgotten, a relic of a different time. The whispers are almost deafening now, a chorus of tormented souls trapped within the steel and concrete tomb, their voices a symphony of sorrow. Fear gnaws at the edges of his resolve, but curiosity compels him forward, urging him to uncover the source of the whispers. He fumbles with the lock, his hands slick with a cold sweat, the metal cool and unyielding under his fingers. The whispers intensify, a cacophony of despair and anger filling the air with a palpable sense of dread. But Jack, his heart pounding, throws open the heavy door, the creak of the hinges echoing in the silence. The stench hits him first, a musty, oppressive odor of decay, a smell that speaks of long-forgotten secrets. His flashlight beam cuts through the darkness, revealing rows of empty deposit boxes, their contents long since removed. But there at the very back of the vault lies a single, untouched safe deposit box, standing out in the emptiness. As he approaches the safe deposit box, the whispers reach a fever pitch, a crescendo of voices pleading to be heard. He can almost make out words now, pleas for mercy, screams of anguish, and then a name whispered with a sense of urgency. Ignoring the pleas, Jack manages to pry open the safe deposit box, his hands trembling with anticipation. Inside he finds no gold, no jewels, only a small leather-bound diary, its pages yellowed with age. He opens the diary and begins to read, the words leaping off the page. The diary belonged to a man named Silas Blackwood, a prominent banker driven to madness by greed, his life a cautionary tale. The entries detail Blackwood's descent into paranoia and ultimately murder, his mind unraveling with each passing day. Blackwood had taken his own life within the very vault Jack now stood in, his final act one of desperation. The whispers, Jack realizes, were the tormented whispers of those Blackwood had wronged in life, their souls unable to find peace. As Jack reads the final entry, the whispers cease, replaced by an icy cold, a chill that seeps into his bones. He slams the diary shut and turns to leave, his mind racing with what he has discovered. But the exit is gone, the heavy vault door sealed shut, trapping him within the cold, unforgiving embrace of the vault, his fate now intertwined with the whispers of the past. Our next tale takes us to a forgotten corner of New Orleans, amidst the vibrant chaos of the French Quarter, where history and mystery intertwine. A group of friends, Sarah, Ben, and Emily, stand before the bank's rusted gates, their curiosity piqued by the stories they've heard. They've heard the legends of the Crescent City Bank whispered in hushed tones, tales of eerie occurrences and ghostly apparitions. Legends of a bank haunted by the echoes of its past, where the walls seem to hold secrets of a bygone era. Armed with flashlights, cameras, and a healthy dose of trepidation, they slip through a broken window, their hearts pounding with anticipation. The air inside is stale and heavy, thick with the silence of decades, as if time itself had stopped. Dust coats everything, a blanket of forgotten time, untouched and undisturbed for years. As they venture deeper into the bank, they begin to notice the whispers, faint at first, like distant echoes. At first faint and indistinct, but as they descend into the bank's basement, the whispers intensify, growing louder and more insistent. They reach the vault, its massive steel door now hanging open, a gaping maw into the unknown. Sarah checks her EMF reader, its needle jumping erratically, indicating a strong paranormal presence. Stepping over debris, they enter the vault, revealing rows of empty safety deposit boxes, each one a silent witness to the past. As they explore the vault, they begin to experience strange phenomena, events that defy explanation. Cold spots, sudden drops in temperature, and the scent of lavender perfume, as if someone unseen had just passed by. Ben, ever the skeptic, attempts to rationalize these events, searching for a logical explanation. But Sarah and Emily can't shake the feeling that they are not alone, that unseen eyes are watching them. Suddenly Emily cries out, pointing to a wall at the back of the vault, her voice trembling with fear. An inscription reads, "May the weight of my sins forever burden this place," a chilling message from the past. The inscription belonged to the bank's founder, a ruthless businessman whose actions left a dark legacy. As they stare at the inscription, the whispers intensify, morphing into distinct voices, each one telling a story of sorrow and betrayal. They hear the anguished cries of a young woman, the desperate pleas of a man, the chilling laughter of a betrayer, each sound more haunting than the last. Overwhelmed, Ben stumbles back, his flashlight tumbling from his grasp, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Panic surges through the group as the whispers press in, their fear palpable and growing. Just when the fear threatens to consume them, Sarah's hand closes around the flashlight, her grip steadying her nerves. Clicking it on, its beam reveals translucent figures, the echoes of the past, lingering in the present. Chapter 3. The Final Murmur. Our final tale takes us to the desolate plains of West Texas, where the wind howls across the barren landscape, a place where time seems to stand still. It's here in a forgotten town that we find the skeletal remains of the Dust Bowl Savings and Loan, a relic of a bygone era. Once a symbol of hope and prosperity, the bank now stands empty, a silent witness to the passage of time. The only sign of life is a lone figure, William, slowly making his way towards the bank's entrance, his steps heavy with the weight of the past. 20 years ago, he was a young bank teller at Dust Bowl Savings and Loan, full of dreams and aspirations. But his dreams were shattered one fateful night when the bank was robbed, an event that would change his life forever. The robbery was a blur of violence and terror, forever seared into William's memory, a nightmare he could never escape. He remembers the masked men, the deafening roar of gunfire, the screams of his colleagues, each moment etched in his mind. He survived that night, but the scars ran deep, leaving him a changed man. The guilt of surviving, the nightmares, the whispers that followed him, they all became a part of his daily existence. He'd left town shortly after the robbery, unable to bear the weight of the memories, seeking solace elsewhere. But now, 2 decades later, he's been drawn back, compelled by an unseen force. He'd received an anonymous postcard with a single phrase, "It's time to face your ghosts," a message that haunted him. As he stands before the bank's entrance, he can hear the whispers again, faint but unmistakable. But as he steps inside, the whispers intensify, swirling around him like a storm. The air inside is thick with dust and the silence of decades, a silence that speaks volumes. The once grand lobby is now a graveyard of broken furniture and scattered paperwork, remnants of a forgotten time. He makes his way to the vault, the scene of that fateful night, his heart heavy with dread. The door now hangs open, ripped from its hinges, a stark reminder of the violence that occurred. He steps inside, his heart pounding in his chest, each beat echoing in the silence. The whispers are almost deafening now, a vortex of despair and anger enveloping him. And then he sees them, the figures that have haunted his dreams. Standing amidst the empty safety deposit boxes are the ghosts of his former colleagues, their presence chilling. They turn towards him, their eyes burning with an eerie light filled with accusation. "You left us," they whisper. "You abandoned us," their voices filled with sorrow and anger. William stumbles back, his hand instinctively reaching for the gun he now carries, a futile gesture. But he knows it's useless, a mere illusion of protection. He is trapped, not by the ghosts, but by the guilt and fear that has haunted him for the past 20 years, a prison of his own making. William closes his eyes, tears streaming down his face, and whispers, "I'm sorry," hoping for some semblance of forgiveness. Thank you for braving the darkness with us tonight. The echoes of fear linger long after the story's end, a chilling reminder that some places hold onto the energy of their past, whispering secrets to those who dare to listen. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more terrifying tales. Share your own ghostly experiences in the comments below. Tell us, have you ever heard a whisper in the silence? Until next time, stay safe and stay scared.